Hi everyone, and welcome back to FANG Friday. This is Ross Healy, the chairman of Strategic Analysis Corporation and the senior portfolio manager at McNichol and Associates Asset Management. Well, things are getting interesting in the market. The FANGs, which have been laggards for some time now, are now looking as if they are trying to get into gear and lead the entire market higher. Indeed, you'll remember 3 weeks ago, I suggested that if the S&P 500 were to reach up to its potential and probable peak at its low super growth price, that's 4.5 times book value, then if the FANGs were to follow suit, their average gain across the board would be about 15% from those levels 3 weeks ago versus 20% for the overall S&P and only 16% for the NASDAQ 100. Well, the FANGs haven't waited for me to be proven right or wrong and have decided to go off on their own private bull market since then. Now it is up to the overall market to catch up with the FANGs, as we will see in a moment. As a reminder, I will be appearing on BNN at noon on July the 5th, a little over 1 week from now. So mark it on your calendar. And if you have any questions on other stocks that you would like me to answer, send your questions to marketcall@bnnbloomberg.ca. But do it ASAP, as there is still a chance that BNN can schedule them for when I appear. But before we take a close look at the SVA charts, as always, I do like to say thanks again to everyone who likes this video and all our subscribers. We really appreciate every single like. Okay, turning to the FANGs themselves. Well, look at Amazon. After drifting, Amazon has decided to enjoy a nice rally. And indeed, if I put in this, what I might call the technical market top for Amazon, okay, Amazon has actually reached back to that technical peak. And if it were to break out, well, the first stop, of course, would be the HB3 price, which would be 16 times book value. But if it can break out from there, well, who knows? However, this is a story for another day. Apple, well, same thing with Apple. After drifting down and down and down, Apple has put on a nice little rally and maybe heading back to its HB5 price. That is 26 times book value. Against its fundamentals, I'm not sure that it can go further than that, but nonetheless, that's where the stock looks to be heading. Finally, poor old sad sack Netflix, with all of its competitive pressures, even Netflix is rallying nicely. And look, it may be able to get back to its HB3, as I suggested 3 weeks ago, but of course that against the background of a strong market. Well, it turns out that Netflix is actually leading the market. Go figure. Alphabet, well, what can we say about Alphabet? One of my two favorite stocks. It's definitely heading for its bubble price at 7.4 times book value. Looks as if it can get there easily. The question, of course, is can it break out further than that? Well, that again is a story for another day. Facebook, same story as Alphabet. Also heading for its bubble price, 7.4 times book value. Again, it looks as if it can get there fairly easily. And look at the fair market value. The trend has actually accelerated a little bit. So this is looking fairly good. Microsoft, well, Microsoft just kind of continues to bumble along its HB2 price. That's 12 times book value. I don't see it necessarily exploding upwards. I mean, it could, but I don't see it doing it. However, as long as it maintains that trend, you know, that's growing at about a 20% annual rate. So just standing still isn't actually all that bad. Now, NVIDIA. Well, NVIDIA just sort of continues to keep on going. And I find that perhaps a little surprising. And I say that because when I look at two other stocks in the semiconductor space, Micron Technology and Intel, I see a different story. So let's take a fast look at Micron. Well, look at Micron. Look at the fair market value. It's accelerating away, and look at the price action. It's actually breaking down below its growth price. That's only 2 times book value. So, go figure, eh? Compared, of course, to NVIDIA. And finally, Intel. Well, Intel just continues to sort of move along its mid-growth price. That's 2.5 times book value. Unlike both NVIDIA and Micron, however, the earnings and therefore the fair market value trend have been fairly flat. So actually, I can understand it's less than robust price action. Well, in summary, Apple, Netflix, and Amazon have all popped up from their flat to downtrending channels, in the process leading the U.S. market higher, even if they themselves have yet to reach new price and valuation highs. And by valuation, of course, I mean their price to book breakpoint ratios. I doubt that any of them will achieve new valuation highs, even if the market gets up to my target at its low supergrowth price. Although Amazon could achieve a new price high if it can break out over its technical peak right here. Alphabet and Facebook continue to move towards their respective bubble prices at 7.4 times book, which should be easy targets to achieve. Microsoft, it's not exciting, but it's holding in nicely at and above its HB2 price, or about 12 times book. They're all safely in what I have called my phantom FANG portfolio. NVIDIA had broken out over its HB4 price, or 20 times book, and is moving steadily higher. I continue to be uncertain as to its potential, however. You know, the indifferent to poorish action of both Micron Technology and Intel continue to make me wonder if NVIDIA can actually reach its HB5 price. Okay, it's failed to reach that at least 4 times recently, so we'll see. Now, I think that there are a couple of key takeaways this week. First, the FANGs look to be leading the market higher, and that would be pleasantly bullish, as the upside target for the S&P 500 is 18 to 20% higher than today. Not, I think, that the FANGs themselves can achieve new valuation highs, but their leadership may well inspire investors to remain confident and optimistic. Second, that may be enough to lead the S&P 500 back up to its valuation high set in 2000, okay, at its low supergrowth price. After nearly 3 months of consolidation, meaning going nowhere, the S&P does look as if it's heading higher, so I would not be strapping on my parachute just yet. For now, this has been Ross Healy, the chairman of Strategic Analysis Corporation and a senior portfolio manager at McNichol & Associates Asset Management, reminding you that nothing, including investing, is difficult if you have the right tools. I'll see you next Friday, and then the Monday after that when I'm on BNN. Have a bullish week.